Good morning, Cancer folks. So it is almost Libra season. It begins very early Sunday morning on the 22nd. So you guys you're going through it with Mars in your sign right now. And my moon is there. How many of y'all have lost your shit? Yeah, a lot of us have already had ourselves a full-blown mental break. We've yelled, we've screamed, we've cried, we've been angry, we've been frustrated, but we've also got a little bit of energy going on as well. So biggest thing to remember for you guys, it's Mars is going to be there for the remainder of Libra season. It's going to move into Leo for a little bit, but then it goes retrograde and comes back. So this is going to be a very, very long transit for those of us that have prominent Cancer in our charts. Allow your intuition to guide you, okay? To guide your actions. That is the best way to use this energy. Mars hates being in Cancer and can become very angry and lash out, particularly when it comes to things like family. So definitely over this next month, be easy with yourself and do your best to just listen to your intuition and let it guide you. We are going to have a solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. That is in conflict with your sign, so you might have some stuff kind of come up there beginning of October, depending on where your Cancer placements are, that could kind of shake things up and make things a little more difficult for you. Could see some type of event that is kind of rattling, very almost tower type of event pop up there. For the most part, the rest of the transits are actually doing well, except for that Pluto that's going to station direct during Libra season. If you have placements in the last couple of degrees of Cancer, that could be very intense for you. But that Saturn and Neptune retrograde that are happening in Pisces, that's in a nice aspect to your sign that is fueling your intuition. It is really helping you make more intuitively grounded decisions. So really, during Libra season, make sure you're listening to your gut, you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to your spirit guides, whatever it is, to help guide you through this time, because it's most likely not going to be the easiest of things, okay? So let's go ahead and pull you guys some cards. What can Cancer expect for Libra season as a whole? We do have a Six of Wands. So if you've been really good about maintaining your boundaries during this time, particularly emotional boundaries and your intuitive boundaries, you may be seeing some kind of almost karmic reward type of energy popping up. You could see this energy of you're standing up for yourself. Let's face it, us Cancer folks, we can be a bit unhinged sometimes. And with Mars in our sign, that amplifies that tendency to get unhinged. We're very kind, very caring, compassionate, empathetic. However, we've all got a breaking point, and when we hit that breaking point, it gets a little bit scary. But if we can manage to maintain those boundaries before we get to that breaking point, we start seeing some really great just rewards come our way. We can really start to trust our intuition better and really start to enjoy ourselves, celebrate ourselves a little more. So if you've been maintaining those boundaries and you've really been standing your ground lately, this Libra season could very well be pushing you into a space where you get to celebrate yourself, other people get to celebrate you. It's like being able to be seen for being strong in your intuitive boundaries. Let's see, something unexpected during this time. That's too many cards. I don't want a whole handful. There we go. We have Three of Cups. So you might... Something that's a repeating theme right now is those of us that have learned to stand our boundaries on our intuition are starting to see some rewards from that coming about. And it's inspiring other people and getting other people to kind of flock to us to... want to be around us, and it's like they're wanting to learn how to do that themselves, because we live in a world that does not foster following your intuition at all. So there you could see this unexpected friendships come up, people wanting to be around you. It could be Mars does make things active, okay? So Mars in Cancer is making that Cancer area of your life and those planets that you have in Cancer very active right now. So you could have a lot going on. A lot of people could be wanting to be around you right now. And it might even catch you a little bit off guard. How to stay grounded. How can Cancer stay grounded during Libra season? Oh, man. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take all three of these. So we have 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and 7 of Swords. So listening to your intuition is going to show you where other people are kind of... This is not always intentional. This like thief type of energy, the kind of shady using people type of energy here. It's not always intentional, but sometimes it is. Keep that in mind. But it's listening to your intuition is going to show you where other people are wanting you to carry their emotional labor for them, right? They're not wanting to do the work themselves. They're wanting to come in and almost energy vampire type of energy. So it's like they're wanting to siphon off this energy from you, this 6 of Wands energy, this celebration and victory type of energy. So make sure that you are listening to your intuition and you're not allowing other people to come in and like siphon that energy from you. Make sure that you are maintaining those boundaries as you go through Libra season. An important emotion. Okay, there it is. 10 of Swords. So there's an ending. Something in maintaining these boundaries is creating an ending, and it's not going to be an easy ending. This is an ending that needs to take place in order to get to that next stage, okay? It's going to be hurtful. It's probably going to make you angry. You may have to cut off people that you didn't realize you'd have to cut off. It's almost like it's kind of going hand in hand with, this unexpected kind of celebration, friendships, busy social life type of energy, but also making sure that you're paying attention to who is just trying to siphon your energy and have you carry their emotional baggage and their basically be their mother. I mean, it's Cancer, that everybody wants the Cancer person to be their mother. And you may find that you're going to have to cut some people off because they're not pulling their weight in the relationship or the friendship or the partnership, right? So as you go through this Libra season and you start seeing some of these things, the eclipse that happens in Libra is a south node eclipse. So it's like a beginning of a release. So you may be seeing things, people, places, situations in your life that are being revealed to you as needing to be removed from your life. Make sure that you're paying close attention to that, to the intuition that's telling you that, to the red flags that are popping up, and you're not just trying to take care of everyone, because we all know Cancer energy loves to take everyone under their wing, be everyone's mother, be everyone's, nurturing space, comfort space. And Cancer's not all that great at letting go of the past either. So we've really got to work on that during this time to make sure that we are letting go of the things that are weighing us down and dragging us down. Something that will inspire. What is something that will inspire Cancer? We have 5 of Pentacles. So, again, this feels very much like listening to your intuition. It may land you in a kind of a lonely feeling spot, but it's also fueling that inspiration to continue to listen to your inspiration, because it's almost like, even though it puts you in this place of feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you don't belong, feeling like, especially in conjunction with this being the important emotion, these endings, it's like you can see where leaving these things behind and removing yourself from situations and people and places is really, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's inspirational, because once you're outside of the situation, you can see it more clearly. It's hard, it's emotional, it's very difficult, but it's necessary in order for growth later on down the road. Let's see, spirit guides speaking. Spirit guides speaking to Cancer during Libra season. I always say it's almost like certain energies never get just good things happening. Knight of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. Spirit is going to force you to slow down and work through your anxieties, your depression, your sadness, the things that have caused you pain. It's basically, you have to feel these things. You can't just keep going around being everybody else's safe space without making yourself your own safe space, right? So it's that you have to fill your cup before you can fill other people's cups. So there's really something in here, even though we've got like this kind of joyous, people want to be around you type of energy outside of you. Internally, this could be very difficult, in that you're going to have to face your things, the stuff that you've been trying to avoid dealing with, the emotions you've been trying to avoid dealing with. That Mars in Cancer is really kicking those things into gear, and it's going to force you to sit down and slow down and actually face them to be able to work through them. Again, I think ultimately out of all of this, despite the fact that it is difficult, it's very hard, it does bring you to a very good place. Ultimately, it does bring you to a place where you do get to kind of pat yourself on the back. It's almost like I'm seeing here where something really good happens for you, which then attracts all the people that didn't want to listen to you before. And now you're starting to see how people really are. And you're having to remove them from your life. And that's going to force you to have to sit with things. How to stay, how to best support yourself. Forgot where I was. How to best support yourself during Libra season. Strength. So this is really all about maintaining those boundaries, making sure that you are standing in your power, you're listening to your intuition, you're not giving in to these like energy vampire type of people in order to avoid having to do the work. We oftentimes, those of us that do have that prominent Cancer energy, it feels good to us to care for other people, right? But oftentimes we forget to care for ourselves, and eventually it all blows up in our face, and somebody ends up losing their mind and getting angry and yelling or screaming or whatever. But this is all to teach us to have those good, strong boundaries and make sure that we are taking care of ourselves before we take care of others. And we do have Temperance on the bottom. So this is like this underlying energy of transmuting the ugly into something pretty, turning these difficult emotions into something productive, finding that balance in the midst of things being difficult, being able to find the little things to celebrate. And it's really interesting that we do have this Six of Wands as the overall energy, but with all of this ugliness here, it's like there is a victory in trusting the intuition and making sure you're not allowing people to come in and take advantage of your kindness and your willingness to take care of others. Clarifiers for Six of Wands. Let's go ahead and do that. Four of Swords. Oh, come on. Four of Swords, the World, yep, and the Tower. Okay, so Four of Swords in the World, along with the Tower. This like awakening energy, this like anger. This is the Mars card, by the way. So this is Mars moving through Cancer right now. It is blowing things up. It is being destructive. It's tearing down walls, and it's showing things for what they are. And there's an ending that needs to take place, a cycle that needs to close out in order to find this space of like mental rest and recuperation, in order to be able to get to a place where you can recover from all of the hurt that's being shown here. This being the inspiration is really interesting. The Five of Pentacles, finding the inspiration in the sadness is actually a really great way to rebuild yourself, quite honestly. And on the bottom we have the Hanged Man. So this is like seeing things from a different perspective going on. Something in this energy and this Mars moving through there and the eclipse being in conflict with your sign is really, it's bringing about a whole new perspective on your social life, on your relationships, on your work life, and like how you interact with others. And you might be finding where maybe you've been used for your kindness too much, and it's going to give you that energy and that inspiration to have better, stronger boundaries. Okay, so let me pull a couple of oracle cards here. What is influencing Libra season for Cancer? Resilience, because you got this, right? So it's really pushing you to just keep going and bounce back and deal with the things as they come up. And what is your advice? What is the advice for Cancer during Libra season? Oh. We've got fruition and peace. Finding your peace and allowing your life to grow in the way that it needs to grow for you, with gratitude on the bottom. So definitely throughout this time, make sure you're taking the time to slow down, recognize the beauty in the world, find your peace, sit with things, work through them so that you can get to the other side of them and really start to heal and become a stronger person with better boundaries, essentially.